Hi guys, and I haven't been on here in a little bit, and I have been through a bout of depression. And it was really rough there for a couple weeks, and I really don't know what it was. I kind of think it was my hormones. There's all kinds of stuff going on in life, and sometimes you just get weighed down with stuff, and I'm typically a super upbeat, happy-go-lucky, don't have depression problems at all. But every once in a great while, it will hit me, and it hit me. So it was really difficult to deal with, and I'm finally pulling out of it, and I'm so happy, and I've just been really busy. My daughter got married, and so it's so I apologize that I haven't been on here. And there's probably 3 or 4 classes that I haven't posted of things that we did. And now today I just got out of class and preparing for the next test, or the test that's coming up, our first lecture exam. And there's a lot of material that he just like flew through today, and a lot of material that we have to prepare for in a very short amount of time. So, here's the thing. Sometimes when you have instructors that will do that, like they'll say, you're like, oh, well, we're still on chapter 1 and there's 7 chapters before, the test. And then he could go through 3 chapters in 1 day. So it's really important that you stay on top of stuff like that, because they can do that to you, and it stings, if you haven't been doing your own research and, the PowerPoint slides and reading the book on your own. It will come to bite you. So it's not their job to teach us how to become students once we already are a student. If you're at a college level, then you should know how to do it. Anyway. So, anyway, yeah, depression really sucks, and it's nothing to mess around with. It is real. It is, it can be temporary. There are people, I can't even imagine the poor people that have to suffer through that every single day. I have severe anxiety all the time. Like I'm a very anxious person, but depression usually is not attached to me. So when it comes and tries to just put itself like right on my face and just like an elephant weighing you down, it's tough, it's difficult. And so one thing that's positive about going through so many of the pre-nursing classes and going through some of y'all that have been through some nursing classes already, you learn, hey, this is like, yeah, no, this is what this is, and I've got to pull myself out. Don't wait for anybody to confirm it for you. You already know you're depressed. You don't need anybody. You don't need a doctor to say, oh, yeah, you're depressed and here's some stuff. No. There's lots of things that you can do. Journaling, going for a hike, having your levels checked, all kinds of stuff. Hooking up maybe with some old friends and just going out and doing some things that you just might need to do because your life is so bogged down with school and stuff. Sometimes you just have to take that one break, Anyway, so I just wanted to pop on real quick and say I'm so sorry that I haven't been on here, and I am back in full force. And my depression was coming from so many different areas, and I've gotten out of routine. And so inside of it, I think I was tired of my routine, honestly. And so now I'm changing my routine because I need something different, and I need something that I'm actually going to be stuck. I'm going to stick with. It's kind of like, doing a diet. You're not going to just eat veggies and salads all day long for the rest of your life. Like, you're going to have the meat, you're going to have the potato chips, you're going to have, so you have to do it in a way that you can actually live with it, but that it's still productive for you. So, sorry, I'm like all over the place. I'm in my bedroom right now, so. Anyway, I will be back on here maybe this evening or tomorrow, for sure tomorrow. And I will be posting some things. And right now I have to really crunch some of my cards. I have lots of different Anki stacks. I've talked to you guys about using Anki before. That's the flashcard system. And I have several that I've been doing, but like I've been super relaxed about it, and like, maybe one day I would go through it, maybe one day I wouldn't, maybe one day I would go like through it 2 or 3 times. But then repetition is so key for me, the type of learner that I am. I cannot just like be so spacey with that. I need to be consistent. And so that's why I'm trying to retweak my routine, and actually I'm just completely going away with what I did before, and I'm starting brand new over, and it's like I'm, brand new me. So I got to do something. Look at this hair. This is what happens when you get old, y'all. It doesn't grow in certain places, and it starts coming out wherever. Anyway, so yeah, I'll be back on here for sure tomorrow, and we're gonna go with some serious teas review, and we're gonna do some other things that I'm gonna do to help you prepare. And I really hope I'm prepared, but I'm definitely gonna catch y'all up on some of the micro stuff, because I told you I'd be with you. I'd let you go to my class every day with me pretty much and show you, because that's really important. Like if you're super anxious like me, sometimes it's just needing to know, because the unknown is what's so bad for me. Like just like with the whole nursing school program thing. And so I have 5 friends that are already in the program right now, because of course they got in. One of them didn't get in, but then she ended up getting in right at the last minute. And that's happened to me before. Like there was a program that I did, it wasn't nursing, it was respiratory. And I wasn't on the list. And like I just kept calling and bugging those instructors every single day for the whole entire summer. And guess what? Somebody pulled out at the last minute, and I got into the program. So kudos to me. That's what you get for being persistent. Anyway, but it's the not knowing sometimes that really gets me, like, because it can be so overwhelming, the information, and like everybody of course has their horror stories, and oh my gosh, like the nursing is so bad, and nursing is this, and you're gonna give up, and blah 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 blah, and they don't tell you this and this, and okay, yeah, some of those things, maybe all of those things are true, but there's definitely a bright side, because there are people graduating every day. There's people passing the NCLEX every day. There are brand new nurses every single day going into the workforce that have made it through. So it's not impossible. And so for me, I just kind of need to know ahead of time what it's so hard is. Because then I can just better prepare myself, And that's what I want to do for you guys is like, micro and chemistry. I took chemistry. It was horrible. Don't take chemistry. It's horrible. But I don't have that kind of brain, so that may be the problem, just to be real honest. But so micro is of course a difficult class, but I have a great professor, and he's so goofy, he's so funny. He's not goofy. He's a storyteller, and I love him to death, and he makes it interesting and he makes it fun, but he's all about like he'll give you the information and then you got to go do it. So, you need to pay attention. I mean, he's not like going to baby you. He's not going to spoon feed you. Like, he'll give it to you, and sometimes he's giving it to you way over your head. But if you need him to break it down, he will. So he's one of those that he's going to help you succeed if you're willing to do your part. And that's what it all boils down to. How much of it do you want? How much of you do you want it? Do you really want it? How hard are you willing to work for it until you get in there and you're just like, oh, well, maybe I don't want it that bad. No, I do. I want it that bad. So like, you're not going home today until I understand this concept. So anyway, yeah, that's kind of how I am. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just rambling, and I told y'all I wouldn't ramble, so I'm going to stop wasting your time and rambling with this nonsense that's coming out of my brain. But I feel much better, and if you have depression, I'm going to start crying. If you suffer from depression, if you have moments in your life, it might be postpartum depression. It might be, a time in your life where you're grieving somebody. Whatever it is, don't ignore it. Take care of it. And do what you have to do to get yourself back on track, to deal with whatever it is that's really bugging you. Because it's so important to be healthy in your mind, in your body, you know, in your soul, in your spirit. Just it's really it's healthy to get everything taken care of. And so don't let it just sit there and say, oh, well, I'm not that kind of person. Like, I'm just usually not depressed. I'm just having a hard time. And then it just starts festering and growing because you don't deal with the things that were bothering you, or that had, you know, kind of put their claws into you. And depression is so serious, you guys. And I hope that none of y'all suffer from that. Anyway, if anybody needs to talk, if any of you guys are depressed, please feel free to leave it in the comments, and I'll be happy to PM you, and I'll be your sister that lifts you up, because I've been there. Been through a lot in my life. So anyway, bye.